You're listening to my station, your station, ZiFM Stereo. A big thank you to the young people from the campus for taking care of you like they always do from 7:15. 0731-168-045 is our WhatsApp, and that's how you and I communicate. My name is Patience Musa. Welcome to Backstage. Well, today on Backstage, I have with me a group of artists, and it's rare when I have lots of people in the studio, but today not only do I have lots of people in the studio, but I also have somebody else all the way in Germany, and that's Stefan, Frank. Stefan, welcome to ZiFM.
Yes, Patience, thanks for hosting us.
It is my pleasure. And also in the studio with us is Sekuru Chaka Chawasarira. Sekuru, Tinokutambire, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Ndikadaroso vanonozotinda disrespecta Sekuru sikagenditi makadiyenyu Sekuru. And also in the studio is Mangoma. Mangoma, I'm not going to use your other name. I'm just going to use Mangoma because I think, most of us know who you are, Mangoma.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm okay.
It's been a while. How's everything going?
So.
All right.
Yeah.
And also in the studio is Kula Samora Nyaruavu.
Oh, yes.
Simbande. Kudande, sorry.
What did you say?
Mushe.
Oh, good.
Why did I decide to call you Simba? There must be something about you that's reminding me of my brother. But anywho, today we are talking about a special project that you guys have been working on called the Matebe 21st, documenting Sekuru Chaka Chawasarira's repertoire. So today I'm going to move with the Sekuru first. Sekuru, tell us about yourself. For how long have you been in love with music and playing music?
Well, thank you very much. I would say I was born like that, I think. And I started long back.
When you were how old?
I'm 8. Well, when I'm about 7.
7?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see the way other people
yes, my father, especially my father and my mother. My father was a drum player of that time, very famous. And
he was a Mangoma.
He was
funny. I'm actually very funny.
He was a player of a drum of the dance called Fonda.
Okay.
Fonda in my area. Yes, he died in the 40s, but even up to now, his fame is still there to those who heard and saw him playing the drum.
Okay, and your mom, my
mom was a singer and dancer.
Oh, okay.
To her husband's drum.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's a really cool couple.
Yes.
Yeah. So which means, Kuti, Pamakakura, you had that kind of influence. So, which instrument do you play?
To start with, I played the same drum that my father was playing, and then that kind of music came into me. Yes. Then from there, when I was about 22 years, I came across the Matepe Ndira, which I'm now known for. And this one, I started playing it in 1965 when I was a school teacher in Rushinga.
Okay.
Yes, so that's the Ndira I started playing.
And that's the one that you've been playing since?
And above that, when I came from the Kanongoma College of Music, where I had been sent by the Ministry of Education to do theory in music, I came across the 15-key Nyunga, which I mastered there and then. And then I brought it back to school, where I was teaching at the mission, and I taught it to my children, school children.
Okay.
And we started playing that, making it, and I started a group there. Above all, I'm not only a musician of Ndira music, I'm also a musician of church music.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Which is weird, Andita, because for a long time, especially when I was young, a lot of people used to say kuti munanori dzambira ningachishikirwa and stuff, and you know, a lot of the time people say kuti zvemashikiro nechechi hazvisangane. So how is it that you were able to you've been able to do this for so long?
Yes, to start with it was a problem, yes. But I had to convince the priest in charge that there was nothing bad about playing bira. Bira is just an instrument. And above all, I have also introduced my 19-key karimba in the church.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And they even composed the whole mass on the known as the Misa karimba.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Catholic by religion anyway.
Oh, okay. Just
Yes.
like me. And so, Goma, I'm going to skip you for a bit. I think we talked about this, how I'm going to be handling this interview, this chat. Now, Kuda, tell me more about yourself. Who are you? And
Okay. I'm a graphic designer. I'm an artist, born an artist. I'm also an enthusiast of African musical instruments. So when I look at matepe, it's one of those instruments which I love so much. I've mastered a few instruments. I play the guitar, I play the keyboard, but I am still learning how to play matepe.
okay, so it's that difficult to play, is it?
It is quite complex. It's an instrument that you cannot just wake up and say, I've mastered it.
Okay.
Like I'm learning from the master himself. He told me every day is like a training day.
It's always something new.
There is always something new.
Okay. And so joining us from Germany is Frank Stefan. Tell us about yourself. What kind of are you an artist? What kind of an artist are you?
And I don't know how this happened. It just happened over the years. I was a Lila student with the late Emilia Stelachewesche for many years because she lived in Germany, and I've been studying with her for over the course of several years, and we became friends and we became closer to each other and visited Zimbabwe together. And through my study of the Nara Mbira, which is one of the two popular Mbira types in Zimbabwe, the Nara and the Nyunga Nyunga. So I gradually learned about other types of Mbira in the more remote areas of the country, like the Matepe, like the Njari, like the Big Karimba, and like the Mbira Zarandao. And the more I learned about this variety, the more I got interested into, because it just drew me. And I learned about this music partly through historical ethnomusicologists' recordings by Hugh and Andrew Tracy, which are still in their archive in South Africa. And I can only say there's a fascinating richness of music still by the 1950s and 60s, which nowadays it's almost extinct. And I learned that even many Zimbabweans don't know about this music. The grandfathers' generations, they do, but our generation, they just don't know any longer. And so bit by bit, I became sort of more interested in this. I'm actually running a Mbira learning website, which is called symres.org, SYMRES.org. And there you can learn about all those types of Mbira, and you can also learn the music through like computer animations and some tricks. So I won't talk about it right now. So bit by bit, I tried to get like to work towards preserving those types of Mbira, and I've since 2018 I've tried to get funding for those kinds of projects, and so far the only successful attempt was when I brought the Matepe group from Yamapanda to Germany for a little tour in 2018, and from then came COVID, and nothing happened for a couple of years, and now last year I was successful again in applying for this project at the foreign ministry, the German foreign ministry, which is called Federal Foreign Office, not least through the help of the lady called Katrin Simon from the German embassy in Harare.
All right. And so Mangoma, in case you don't know who Mangoma is, Mangoma, I believe, could very well be the most accomplished, I don't know, what do you call yourself? I think you're most accomplished percussionist we have in the country. Is that what you are, or are you a drummer?
I'm an instrument builder, I'm a musician, I'm a performing artist, and I'm also documenter. Yeah. So I've been doing music since I was 3 or I was 5. Some say I was 3, some say I was 5. But I started in Bulawayo, and then I've played lots of instruments, including marimba, mostly but African rooted instruments. And then I've also played in lots of countries, both in Africa and around the world. And then I've studied Mbira with from old guys. Like my first Mbira teacher was from Buhera. He taught me Nare Mbira. And then Chaka Chawasara is my Matepe teacher. I started playing with him in 2020. So I've been one of the people who have been playing Matepe with him, and also taking it to the youngsters, taking it to the stages, and also practicing it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I made Chaka.
All right, now let's talk about this project, documenting Chaka Chawasarida's repertoire, the Matepe. What's the difference between the Matepe Mbira and the other Mbiras?
Yes, quite different. Matepe, as you see it here, is a 25-key Mbira.
Okay.
With 3 keys.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that.
You noticed that. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So, and it is played with 4 fingers, whereas on the Nari, we use 3 fingers. That's the complexity in this Mbira.
So if you use more fingers, then you're not playing Matepe.
If you use more fingers, 3 fingers, you mean?
Yeah, if you said you use...
Here, on this one, on Matepe, we use 4
fingers.
Yes.
What happens?
On the Nari, you use 3 fingers.
So... maybe to explain the construction of Mbiras are different, the layouts are different.
Yes.
Also, according to dialect or according to the place, according to where they construct. So traditionally for Nare we use 3 fingers, like 2 thumbs and 1 forefinger, right forefinger. But for Matepe we use 4 fingers, which are 2 thumbs and 2 forefingers. So it makes it complex because also the first difference is also from tribes and also where it's coming from. This is a Mbira from
Korekore, in Mondawe, Mushinga, Mutoko.
Yes.
It goes up to Mozambique.
Yeah. So maybe for us to be referencing the Nare, because the Nare is what people know, because that's the Mbira within the Zulu community, which is closer to Harare. Okay. So this Mbira is from remote places. That's why we are thinking it's becoming extinct. So maybe it's a group can explain more.
All right, but I'm not Pindura. I don't know. Am I sounding? Because Mati 3 fingers come with 4 fingers and it. Kokashani some of my fingers. What happens?
You can't play my fingers. I get the sad.
So ndikapingira tinda kushanda. If I say I'm going to use all my fingers.
No, unless maybe that Mbira was constructed in a sort of a piano setup. Then you could use, but I don't think we will still call it a Mbira. I'm not so sure what other name we can give it to. But it will be a new instrument.
So the key is in the number of fingers you're using.
Yes, with this.
All right. Okay. All right. So why did we decide to work on this project now? Why are we documenting this now, especially with Cebu?
It's because this instrument, like in Zimbabwe, we have only 2 builders left which are Sekuru and James Kamwanza. And we have less than 10 masters of this instrument left. And all of the masters are over 60 or 80. So also during COVID, we lost a lot of masters. Both the masters are not just mbira players, but also singers.
Yeah.
Because the women are so much important in this, in the playing and producing of this music.
Okay.
Because they do much of the singing. So we lost a lot of people who could sing to this music and who could play this music and dance to this music and also even drum to this music and also understand this music. So as we are left with this master, we are putting all our energy to learn from his repertoire.
Yes.
As much as we are learning from him, we want also the next generations to learn from him. That's why we are documenting him through audio, through written documents, through video, and through also conversations with him, and leaving him to say more. Like if you see there's a blog that we are doing, matepe.org, you can find him saying more about these songs, about this instrument, about how he was playing when he was young, and how he is perceiving maybe the future to be if we take up this instrument.
And Stefan, could you please explain the importance of documenting all this?
So, well, I think this music is vanishing faster than it's being learned by anyone else. So it's clear that in maybe a very few decades it will vanish if nothing changes. I think Chief Goronga from Yamapanda, he said it very well. He says, if nothing changes, we are the last generation to play this music. And the reasons for that, why there are no young people learning, it's manifold. There's a lot of I believe demonization from the sides of more fundamentalist churches, but we may not go into that. And there's I think lots of economic reasons. Young people just go elsewhere to try to work and these kind of things. So what we're trying to do is the second best thing from teachers teaching it directly to students, which is we try to record everything in terms of and produce video lessons from that. And we want to distribute those video lessons via cultural centers in Zimbabwe, via music schools, and also online. So we hope, actually not hope, we know that we have a few people in the diaspora actually who are very interested in learning this and learn it because it's in their families. But they just have no chance, and it's very unlikely that they would spend months and months somewhere in the rural areas with another family to learn this. So this is the goal of the project.
And
as well as the material building process, which is another important aspect.
okay, and so let me ask you, Kuda, as a student,
Yes.
Do you think that the younger generations are receptive?
Yes. You see, some of these things is because they are sort of coming from marginal areas, and there is less information and promotion of those instruments.
Is there anything that maybe the Ministry of Education could do? Are we doing enough as a nation?
Not really, because if you go to places like the College of Music, which are offering music, you find that they do have all these other instruments there, but the matepe is only in their books, and very little is talked about matepe. They just say it is a complex instrument coming from northeastern of Zimbabwe, but they don't have anything that they are also giving to the students.
You know, I'm really curious as to what this matepe bila sounds like.
Okay.
Can we have like a quick clip? You know, can you play something really quick?
Yes.
Say, because for me, I'm just trying to imagine it, and it's just not. And I'm also going to come home and use my fingers. Actually, I wouldn't want to do it because I can't see what Mango needs exactly. From Mango needs a 6.
All right.
Change it.
ZiFM stereo, and you've probably just listened the last few minutes. You've just heard a sound that you probably never heard before, and that's the sound of the rare matepe bira. And so thank you very much for documenting this. So you also did mention that you're going to be putting it up on different platforms. But what about the making of the instrument? You said who actually can make this instrument. Are you training other young people,
Yes.
how to make this instrument?
Yes. These are already two.
I'm one of the students.
Okay.
Yes. I've already started.
Chimwe chimwe chifarira kuridza dzinogadzirwa nasekuru. Dzinogadzira kugona kugadzira
vanogadzira kana iye usafana akatombogadzirwa.
So Stefan, I made to understand you've also made mbira, ematepe mbira.
Yes.
I was just helping. But let me say that we were already filming the whole process of Sekuru making a matepe, which was about 6 days work from morning to late. And we were filming it completely from start to end. Even the boring parts, of course, we will cut it together in the format video lessons to teach this making. But at the same time, I wanted to document the whole thing so people get to see how much work actually goes into these kind of instruments.
All right. So when are you going to be concluding this project? When are you going to be done?
Good question. The estimates are about that we maybe record for another month. So we have been doing this for a month. We will record for another month, and then we'll see how far we are. And already now, Samora started with editing those videos. So recording is one thing, but then creating lists from that and deciding which material goes where and all this kind of editing process, it will take at least another 2 months. If everything goes well, might be finished by maybe September.
Okay, is this going to be a one-off project to Mangoma? Is this a one-off project, or are you guys going to be working on other documentaries?
I think
telling other stories besides the
more
matepe.
Stories. Also, because we've been looking when we are talking about Sekuru, because Sekuru we did the matepe with them, and then there's also the 19 key karimba, which we are showcasing like Sekuru's engineering skills, adding something to the industry, like coming up with a new type of bira, new way of playing, lots of songs that he can play on that. So we'll be exploring that too, and also exploring Sekuru's books. And then he has been writing books about matepe and all the time when he was playing and learning from different people and teaching different people. And also we'll be going around, like we'll go to Nyamapanda, we'll go also to Rushinga, we'll go to different parts of Zimbabwe documenting people. Because I think like we've got the equipment and then we've got the people that will be working with.
Well, all the best on this particular project and all the projects that you're going to be working on. Sekuru maitabasa maweo kuno murambe muchidzidzisa ivo vechidika ivo vechidiki vacho anakuda vachiteerera.
I'm a good student, I promise you.
And so what are you going to do with this information, Kuda, after learning how to make it and play the matepe, and then what?
And then teach it to anyone who is willing. I'm actually someone who has got that passion of teaching others. I teach people how to play the guitar, I teach people anything that I know. So I think after getting all this knowledge from Sekuru, I'm the next Sekuru.
Okay. I see your future is very bright. And so, Mangoma, you said you've already started uploading some of the videos, have you?
Yes.
And which platforms are these for those that would like to follow up and watch?
There's a website called Simres, and then there is also matepe.org, and then also you can also visit our like Facebook, like our social media platforms. We've also been putting some clips of what we've been doing. Yeah, like Otinel, Mangoma Moyo, Kuda, Samora Kuda, Nyaruaf, and then also on sympathetic resonances.
Okay, and Stefan, you were in Zim last week. When will you be returning? Is there any need for you to be returning to finish the documentary, or you're going to be working remotely from here on?
So our plan is that we're going to work remotely and that I'm not needed. I actually think those guys are in the studio, they are brilliant and they don't need me. Also, well, yes. But of course, I would love to visit. But this is not part of this project. But just let me say, so matepe.org is the platform that all this material will eventually be published on. So right now we just have a blog there, but this will be the go-to place for this project, matepe.org.
All right, thank you very much. A big thank you to Sekuru Chaka Chawasarila and Maitabasa Sekuru Nukia. And big thank you to you, Stefan Frank, all the way in Germany. Othniel Mangoma Moyo, thank you. Marengo wangu to say. Mangoma ngamuchingi to sangoma say. So we're looking at your ngomas. We are like Tombori Zangoma. I don't got 1 week ngoma. And then thank you, Kuda Samora Nyaruabu, for coming through, and all the best in the future for all the projects that you're working on. Quickly, your social media handles. Seguro pa social media.
Social media.
Social media. Seguro pa Instagram. Mira ko rin ako vurira Instagram. Tuna yung picture nasi murara murpa Instagram. Ni matepe. Othniel, what is your handle?
Othniel Mangoma Moyo.
Kuda.
Samora Kudanyaru Wavu. It's like on YouTube and everything. Oh, by the way, I'm also an artist. I'm a recording artist.
It's fine. Stefan, are you on social media?
I'm running the Mbira Diversity Facebook group. So Mbira Diversity.
Alrighty, so follow away. That's all I have for you today on Backstage. There'll be more Backstage next week, same time, right here on ZiFM Stereo.